Okay, so memory. We kind of take it for granted, don't we?
Really do. It's just that
Illusionaire.
until it isn't, you
Yeah,
know?
it's the silent architect of our daily lives, really. I mean, the bedrock of everything we do, remembering keys,
But
tasks.
also who we are, our sense of self.
Exactly. But what if the memory you have now isn't like the final word? What if it's just the start?
That's the key idea. It's potential.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into mastering memory, and we're guided by some incredible insights from David Thomas's book, Improving Your Memory.
And David Thomas.
Yeah,
Wow. When you talk about memory expertise, he's pretty much top tier.
he really is. USA National Memory Champion.
And an international grandmaster of memory. One of only two in the U.S., actually.
In that record, reciting pi.
Oh, the pi record is just mind-boggling. 22,500 digits from memory.
Yeah.
Broke an 18-year Guinness World Record.
So, safe to say our source material today is from someone who really knows their stuff.
Absolutely. An authority.
Right. So our mission today is really to unpack how your memory actually works, to show you it's not some fixed thing you're stuck with.
Mm-hmm. It's a skill. Trainable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we want to arm you with practical, easy techniques, things to, boost your confidence, maybe spark some creativity.
And just make things easier. Work, study, even play.
Okay, let's unpack this then.
Yeah.
Starting with understanding memory beyond just like a filing cabinet in your head.
Right. Because it's so much more. It's fundamentally tied to your identity.
How so?
Well, think about it. Every new thing you experience, you filter it through what you already remember.
Ah,
It shapes your perspective, how you react to things, your whole personality, really. Memory makes you, well, you.
that's a really profound way to put it,
And understanding that helps tackle a big misconception,
which is,
that memory just automatically gets worse as you get older.
yeah, everyone seems to think that.
But the research, it tells a different story. What's fascinating is that memory performance doesn't have to decline with age. Yeah. Things like blood flow, oxygen use in the brain, they're pretty much the same in a healthy 70-year-old as a healthy 20-year-old.
Wow.
And get this, a 70-year-old still has about 97% of the brain cells they had at 25.
So the hardware's still there.
Pretty much. Their ability to retain information, to recall it, it can be just as good. The only thing that might slow down a bit is the speed of learning brand new stuff.
Okay, so it's not that the memory capacity shrinks, it's maybe just takes a little longer to load new software.
That's a decent analogy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's often more about how you keep engaging your brain, not just the number of years.
That's actually really encouraging. So if it's not just age, what about those times when, your brain just feels fuzzy, memory fails you for a bit? We've all had that.
Oh, definitely. And temporary things are often the culprits there, like stress or just being tired.
Makes sense.
Both really hit your concentration hard. And if you're not concentrating properly, well, the information just doesn't get encoded effectively into memory.
So your brain's too busy or too worn out to make those strong connections, those memory traces.
Exactly. It's a temporary dip because the pathways aren't forming properly under those conditions.
Okay, and here's something interesting from the book.
Yeah.
The link between memory and intelligence. I think most of us assume IQ is pretty fixed.
Right. That's a common assumption. But the source suggests memory training can actually increase IQ.
How does that work?
Well, think about what IQ tests often measure. Things like association skills, spatial awareness.
Like solving a Rubik's Cube in your head.
Yeah, that kind of mental manipulation. And recalling numbers. These are all things that memory training directly strengthens.
Ah, okay. So by training your memory, you're exercising the exact mental muscles needed for higher IQ scores.
Precisely. It builds powerful cognitive habits. Remember Aristotle, excellence is a habit. Training memory builds habits that boost overall thinking ability, not just recall.
It's amazing to think the brain is that adaptable.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the brain itself. Nature's supercomputer, right?
Absolutely. 10 billion neurons, axons, dendrites, synapses connecting everything.
The book has this amazing analogy, like everyone in the world on the phone at once, each talking to 10,000 other people.
It captures the sheer scale of connectivity, doesn't it? And when those signals fire across the gaps, the synapses...
They form memory traces.
Exactly. Unique patterns. The stronger those connections, the stronger the memory.
Yeah.
It's all about the strength and usage of those neural pathways.
Okay, so how does this intricate network give rise to the different types of memory we experience?
Well, we can break it down. First, you've got sensory memory. Super brief.
How brief?
Like a tenth of a second. It's just your senses registering stuff, a smell, sound, a sight,
Yeah.
but powerful. Think how one scent can trigger a flood of old memories.
Yeah, that's true.
Then, short-term memory, or working memory.
The one that's really limited.
Very limited,
Yeah.
holds maybe 7 bits of info, plus or minus a couple.
For how long?
Only about 10 to 20 seconds if you don't actively rehearse it. But it's crucial for things like understanding a sentence you're reading right now, holding the beginning in mind.
Got it. And then the big one.
Long-term memory, that's where the well-consolidated stuff goes, and that splits further.
Into.
Implicit memory, that's skills, stuff you just do. Riding a bike, tying your shoes. Once learned, it's kind of automatic.
A muscle memory, yeah.
And then explicit memory, that's consciously recalling facts, events, data, all the stuff you've learned over your life.
Okay, that makes sense.
Huh.
What about déjà vu? That weird feeling. Where does that fit?
Yeah, déjà vu. Feels like memory, but not quite. Something like 70% of people experience it.
It's so strange.
Yeah, this overwhelming sense of familiarity with something you know is new. The thinking is it might be a slight timing mismatch in the brain signals. Present mistakenly feels like past for a split second.
Huh. Fascinating.
But then you have the opposite, almost those huge, impactful events like JFK's assassination or 9/11 for many people.
Flashbulb memories.
Exactly. Those can create incredibly vivid, detailed, long-term memories almost instantly. Shows how emotion can powerfully tag things for storage.
Okay, so we've got David Thomas's credentials, a better handle on how memory works.
Mm-hmm.
What does improving it actually mean for you, the listener, day to day?
Right, what's the payoff? Well, connecting it all, training your memory isn't some abstract exercise. It's about real-world benefits.
Like what?
Huge confidence boost, for one. Imagine easily remembering names, faces, details about people you meet. That transforms social interactions.
Oh, definitely. Remembering names is a superpower.
Totally. And at work. Big efficiency gains. Less time hunting for info, quicker problem solving.
Better relationships with clients, colleagues, because you remember the little things.
Exactly. And for students, it's a game changer for studying in exams. Less grind, more actual learning and recall.
So it really touches, well, everything. And the book stresses it's holistic, right? Memory doesn't operate in a vacuum.
Precisely. You need to support your whole system, body and mind, to get the best out of your memory.
It's not just mental tricks then.
Not at all. It starts with laying a solid foundation of overall health, creating the optimal environment for your brain to actually do its best work.
Okay, let's talk foundations. Physical well-being first. What about nutrition? What specific things help memory?
Good question. It's not just eat your veggies, it's why. So omega-3s, like in oily fish, crucial for building flexible neuron membranes that helps memory traces form and adapt.
Okay, brain building blocks.
Yep. And antioxidants, vitamin C, E, selenium, carotenoids from fruits and veg. They fight off free radicals that can actually damage those memory pathways. Brain protection?
Like rust-proofing your connections.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Then B vitamins, minerals like boron, magnesium, zinc. They're involved in neurotransmitters, energy production, the engine fuel for memory.
So fresh food, not overcooked. What about supplements like ginkgo?
Ginkgo biloba is often mentioned. The idea is it might improve blood flow to the brain, feeding those memory centers. But diet is primary.
Makes sense. And exercise. We know it's good generally, but the specific memory link.
It's direct. Your brain uses a ton of oxygen, like 20% of your intake, even though it's small.
Wow.
So, cardio exercise improves blood flow, gets more oxygen to the brain. This helps grow new brain cells, neurogenesis, and strengthens the connections, the plasticity.
So it literally helps build and maintain the brain structure needed for memory. How much exercise?
The recommendation is often around 20 minutes, 3 times a week, moderate intensity, enough to get your heart rate up.
Okay. And sleep, the unsung hero.
Absolutely vital. Lack of sleep obviously causes confusion, brain fog, but crucially for memory, sleep is when consolidation happens.
So the brain is filing things away while we sleep.
Exactly. The same areas active during learning are busy processing, organizing, and storing that info during sleep. Skimp on sleep, and you basically interrupt the saving process. Good sleep equals better recall.
Physical foundations covered.
Yeah.
What about our mental state? Attitude, stress.
Hugely important. Stress is a memory killer. That stress hormone, cortisol, high levels can actually impair the hippocampus, a key area for forming new memories. So managing stress isn't just for feeling better, it's protecting your brain's ability to learn.
What are some practical tips for that?
Things like try not to juggle too many tasks at once. Use time management. Learn it's okay to say no sometimes. Practice relaxation, meditation. Make time for yourself, friends, family. Take breaks, vacations. Basically, reduce that cognitive overload.
And our internal clocks,
Yeah.
biorhythms.
Yeah, most people have natural peaks and troughs in alertness and memory performance, often early morning or mid-evening.
How can you figure yours out?
Monitoring body temperature can give clues. Higher temp often means higher energy and better memory function. Working with your rhythm is more efficient than fighting it.
And that inner voice, positive thinking.
Sounds cliche maybe, but it matters. A positive mental attitude seeing challenges, not obstacles, genuinely helps performance. That quote, minds are like parachutes. They work better when open.
So positive self-talk helps, like, my memory is great.
Yes. Affirmations like, my memory can perform fantastic feats, actually help build belief, which influences results. Self-perception is powerful.
And finally, creative thinking. How does that tie in?
Our brains love images and patterns. That's their natural language. So actively look for patterns, categorize info, break down lists. You're feeding your brain information in a way it understands instinctively. It makes it easier to digest and recall.
Okay, foundation's laid. Now for the really fun part, the actual techniques.
Mm-hmm.
How do we start training this mental muscle?
Right, the toolkit. And the first thing is, memory is like any skill, playing guitar, learning French, it can be trained. You need a plan, though.
A smart plan.
Exactly. Goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. So not just improve memory, but maybe learn 2,000 German words in 5 months.
Okay.
Then bring it down. That's 400 a month, 100 a week. About 14 words a day suddenly feels doable, right?
Yeah, much less daunting.
And the key practice principle, little and often. 15 minutes every day is way better than cramming for 2 hours once a week. Consistency builds those pathways.
Got it. So what are the core principles behind most memory techniques? Concentration must be key.
Non-negotiable. Full focus. Think about watching TV while texting versus really watching. Which do you remember better?
The focus one, obviously.
Right. So a good trick. Pretend you'll be quizzed later on whatever you're trying to learn. Instantly sharpens your attention.
Okay, concentrate. Then using your senses more.
Yes. Create richer memories. Artists train themselves to see more detail. We should aim for that with all senses. Don't just see or hear something. Imagine the smell, taste, texture too. More hooks for your brain.
Makes sense. More anchors. And images. That seems foundational.
It really is. But not just any boring image. You need unforgettable ones.
How do you make them unforgettable?
Use the image creation principles. Make them weird, moving, huge, colorful, funny, 3D, exaggerated, fantastical. The stranger the better. Novelty sticks.
Our brains like weird stuff.
They do. And they love links. Which brings us to associations.
Connecting new info to what you already know.
Exactly. Your brain does it automatically to some extent, but consciously creating personal, strong links gives you a solid hook for retrieval. Like playing word association games, it speeds up that process.
And the big one. The journey technique. The loci method.
Ah, yes. Ancient, but incredibly powerful. You actually do it naturally when you lose your keys, right?
You mentally retrace your steps.
Exactly. This technique formalizes that. You pick a familiar route, your house, your commute with distinct stages, then you place vivid mental images of what you need to remember at each stage.
And because you know the route so well.
The sequence is built in. Your brain's amazing spatial memory holds the information in order.
Okay, principles down, let's apply them. Remembering names, so many people struggle with this.
It's common, but fixable. The association technique is great here. Turn the name into an image. Julie becomes jewelry. Then link that image to a distinctive feature.
So picture Julie dripping in jewels from her nose ring.
Haha, exactly. The more memorable, the better. And combine that with the SLU-GI technique.
SLU.
Slow down, listen carefully to the name, use it, say it back, use it in conversation maybe 3 times, and G, go over it later, review it.
That G seems crucial.
It is. Remember, up to 80% forgotten in 24 hours without review. SLU-GI actively fights that forgetting curve for names.
Okay, names covered. What about words, lists, maybe letters and a password?
For lists, acronyms are your friend. Homes for the Great Lakes. Simple. For ordered lists, extended acronyms or acrostics. Richard of York gave battle in vain for rainbow colors.
Right. And random letters, like password.
That's where the phonetic letter technique comes in. Convert each letter into a word, maybe based on sound or shape, then make an image. C is C, K is key. Link them in a story. I threw the key into the C. Much easier to recall than CK.
Turns abstract letters into concrete pictures. Smart. Numbers, though. Numbers seem harder.
They can be, but systems help. The number rhyme system, 0 hero, 1 none, 2 shoe, 3 tree. Create images that rhyme. Or the number shape system. 0 looks like a baseball. 1 like a walking stick. 2 like a swan.
Ah, visual similarity.
Exactly. Then for a number like 21, you link the images. A swan, 2, pecking a nun, 1 maybe. Turn digits into a little story.
And for longer numbers, like phone numbers.
Combine it with the journey technique. Break the number into chunks, say pairs of digits. Create a mini story image for each pair, like the swan and nun. Then place those story images at stages along your mental journey.
Wow, layers upon layers. It's like building a mental structure.
It is. And for organizing lots of complex information, like for studying...
Mind maps.
Yes, Tony Buzan's technique. Using a central image, colors, keywords, radiating branches. It mirrors how your brain thinks associatively, not just linearly.
And it reduces the sheer volume of notes, right?
Massively, up to 90% reduction sometimes, while boosting recall because it's visual and structured in a brain-friendly way.
These techniques sound amazing, but how practical are they day to day? Can you really use a journey for your shopping list?
Absolutely. Use the journey technique as a mental notebook for tasks or errands, or a mental planner for appointments. That England case study, managing 40-50 appointments a day mentally, that shows the power. Just review the journey regularly.
And public speaking. Can this help avoid awkward note reading?
Definitely. Use a mind map to structure your points. Then use a journey to memorize the key points in sequence. You know what to say next, so you can focus on how you say it, connecting with the audience. Much more natural.
That Mark Twain quote comes to mind.
Yep.
Takes 3 weeks to prepare a good impromptu speech.
Exactly. These techniques give you that prepared yet spontaneous feel.
Can it help with other skills? Reading,
Yeah.
sports?
Yes. For reading, mind map articles or chapters to really grasp and retain the info. For sports, create images for techniques, that neck brace idea for a still tennis head, and maybe place them on a body journey. Card games, chess. Assign images to cards or notation, use journeys for sequences, languages. Association technique for vocabulary is huge. Link the foreign word's sound to an image connected to its meaning. You can even use color coding on images for grammatical gender.
It seems incredibly versatile.
Yeah.
But, okay, we learn all this stuff. How do we keep it? That 80% forgetting rate is scary.
It is. And the answer is simple, but crucial. Review. You have to review.
How often?
The optimal schedule seems to be review after 1 hour, then 1 day later, then 1 week, then 1 month, then 3 months. After that, maybe every 6 months.
Spaced repetition.
Exactly. Each review strengthens the memory trace, telling your brain this is important, keep it accessible. It combats that natural decay curve.
Okay, so training and review are key.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just need a list, right? External aids still have a place.
Absolutely. No memory champion throws away their address book or shopping list entirely. Written lists for complex packing, planners, good filing systems, meeting notes, digital reminders. They're essential tools.
They free up your mental RAM.
Precisely. Use your trained memory for active learning, problem-solving, creativity. Use external aids for storage and retrieval of routine or shared information. They complement each other.
And finally, to keep this enhanced memory sharp long-term.
Keep it active. It's like physical fitness. Don't always use the calculator. Do mental arithmetic sometimes. Do crosswords, play word games, learn new things constantly, a language, an instrument. Read widely, explore, keep feeding your brain and exercising those recall muscles.
That Richard case study, learning 10,000 facts, just shows what's possible with continued engagement.
It really does. Constant mental exercise keeps the system running smoothly.
So, wrapping this up, the big takeaway is that your memory isn't fixed. It's this incredibly powerful, trainable faculty.
And improving it can genuinely boost your confidence, your efficiency, just your overall quality of life.
And the techniques aren't magic. They're grounded in how our brains naturally work. They're what memory champions use, but they're accessible to everyone.
Absolutely. Anyone can learn and benefit from these. They're tools waiting for you to pick them up.
So the final thought for you, our listener. You now know the potential hiding in your own mind, and you've got a glimpse of the tools. So what's next? What new skill, what challenge, what area of knowledge will you decide to master? What's the very first step you'll take to unlock your mind's amazing power?